Marion Buller, thanks for doing this. Wasn't it just last week that you were announcing that the inquiry was on track? What happened?
The inquiry was on track and still is on track. We're moving ahead with our hearing schedule in the fall and then looking forward into planning for January through March and April for hearings.
So there were 5 staff members who have stepped down, now the commissioner. This, to an outsider, it looks as if the inquiry is doomed, is it?
Of course not. People change jobs. People are offered jobs that are their dream jobs. People's personal circumstances change. Life happens, and we expect that there will be turnover.
So how do you explain, this is a commissioner today who's resigned, saying that she's not comfortable with the direction?
Well, she's certainly entitled to her own opinion, and I respect that.
Well, we're being told that she was quite a source of friction on the inquiry. Is that true?
Well, there are 5 of us, or we're 5 of us, and in a family of 5, do you always get along? Of course not. We had differences of opinions, but in a respectful way.
So I guess the differences of opinion are one way of explaining what happened. The other way of looking at this is that there is a leadership problem, and some people are now calling for your resignation here. What do you say to them?
Well, like I said last week in Vancouver, I have no intention of resigning. This is important work that we've already started, that we have planned for the future, and we intend to continue for the sake of the families and survivors. That's our work. We need to make it a success.
So do you see it possible to be a success now? There's other groups coming forward, the Ontario Native Women's Association today saying they're not on board anymore. Others are calling for a restart. Doesn't sound like full steam ahead.
Well, from our perspective, it is. We have planned out our hearings, our community visits. We're working on our interim report. We're planning 2 expert panels. We're consulting with families and survivors as we go along. We have a lot of work underway. We have a very clear sense of where we're going and why.
But it doesn't look like that to a lot of people from the outside anyway, and obviously from many Indigenous leaders and activists as well, increasingly coming forward and saying they have a problem.
Well, an inquiry is an odd being. It's always change, always refining what you do, always rethinking what you do, making it better. So
are you rethinking now? Are you redefining?
We're always considering how to do our work better.
So can you do better without this commissioner?
We can do the work. It's going to be hard. It's going to require a lot of sacrifices on the part of our families, certainly, and our friends as well. But we intend to move on.
There's so much at stake here for so many people. It must be so difficult.
And that's exactly why we intend to continue, and that's exactly why we work hard every day to make sure that we're doing the best that we can for families and survivors. That's exactly the passion that we work with every day. This has to be a success. There's no option other than success, and we have to do it.
Thanks so much for talking to me.
Thank you. Thank you. Real pleasure.